Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to my review of Fairy Tail episode 262. Well, since now MLP Season 5 has ended, I'm able to actually do these reviews a lot consistently better because, you know, now I don't have to worry about two things on the same day. So, before I get going to work, I just want to make this a quick review of episode 262, Memento Mori. Oh my god, yo! Fucking Margear greatness once again. Alright, so I mentioned the last time, like, I had mixed feelings on the whole final form shit because it reminded me a lot of too much of like Agnologia or just one of the ancient dragons that we've seen of Margear's final form. And I was a little bit mixed on like how it was, but you know, like I remember though, even though, you know, looks can be deceiving, and I gotta say, holy damn, like, wow, like, the fight so far between Natsu and Gray was, it's actually really damn good. Like, I'm really loving, I'm digging this fight so far with them fighting off against his final form. It actually looked really cool. I liked, especially like, because Natsu and Gray make a really good double team together. Like, I really love their teamwork in this episode. It actually shows them, even though they may not have their differences most of the time, you know, they're still really good friends. They still work together as a team, as their guild. So it was actually really cool just like seeing them pull out all this awesome shit. Like, they just went non-stop with this shit. Like, you know, we see Gray testing out more of his double magic skills. We see Natsu just still powering up and giving like Margear to smackdown. But of course, most of the time it doesn't, like, you know, it doesn't like always work. So it's like, you know, we also found out more information about the mystery going on between the Book of End with Zeref. Apparently, he really wanted someone to actually finally kill him and end his life. So in order for him to do that, to test his like limits, he also created his own army, you know, just to make them see how strong they've gotten. And he created the demons, or the people that were actually well, not demons, but cursed people. Basically, you know, the whole Tartarus army, you know, in general, you know, with their curse abilities. And pretty much, you know, they don't have this sense of ability to actually regain some of these so-called feelings, and because of that, you know, they're more superior because they have all these kind. It's kind of like Seven Deadly Sins in a way, but except different, pretty much, because their powers also allow them to actually resurrect themselves, especially when they had the Hell's Cord thing with the laboratory. But as we all know, that's not there anymore thanks to you know, Lucy and them, or whoever, and you know, that laboratory is completely gone and decimated. Especially because also we had the fight with Celia. Oh yeah, well, Celia was mainly the one who actually destroyed it, you know, fighting against Mary Jane. But more importantly though, like, we did get to learn a lot more information on why these cursed people were created, and like why Zeref decided to make this dark guild is because to test, you know, whoever will be strong enough to actually, you know, have the ability to actually finally kill Zeref off. And speaking of Zeref, you know, people who don't really read the manga, I mean, there is some pretty awesome stuff going down right now, speaking of which. And also, speaking of who's going to be able to, you know, beat Zeref, not going to really spoil that, but oh man, like, things in the manga right now are getting a bit crazy. But other than that though, I will say I'm not going to spoil that. But I think also, well, actually, speaking of that, more is also going to be revealed in the next arc whenever we get to that eventually, because I definitely know we're going to basically go into like filler mode probably after this month, probably, which I think we are. I don't know. Yeah, probably, yeah, give or take, yeah. So with all this material that I know that they're going to add, I think we're going to get into filler mode probably about like next month. I can already feel it already. Next thing though, like, there was some other stuff that I didn't really care for. I skipped some of the flashback fights that we already saw already, like ERZA versus Kakyun. Skip that fight, don't really care because we've seen it multiple times already. Why do they gotta keep showing us ERZA versus... I mean, I get it, this is supposed to be the before events, before Face was activated. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to see this fight over and over again, especially because a lot of people didn't really like the fight to begin with, like the way it ended. Like, I didn't mind the fight, it's just the way it ended, to me, is still kind of bullshit, but whatever though. It's like, why do we gotta see this a third time of this? I mean, I get it, they don't want to get directly close to the manga, which is why they're, showing some of the same scenes, over and over and over again, because in the manga we never had that. In the manga we just basically went on point, and we just basically went on to where we are right now, concentrating more on Natsu and Gray fighting off, against Margir. But here, we're having some of the flashback fights between Kakia and ERZA. It's like, whatever, I don't want to fucking keep seeing this over and over again. So I guess that was kind of a bit of a downgrade with this episode. Was a bit of the problem was because of the whole flashback thing that we've seen over and over and over again. But that's like, dude, I get it, you don't have to show us the events, we know how this is gonna end, we get it, can we please just move on with the actual stuff we want to see? So we did get two important things, not only that, and then of course the very end of the episode, which I'll explain in a bit also. The second important thing about this episode was the fight between the twin Dragon Slayer brothers, or brother, I don't know, the twin Dragon Slayers and their team, Sting and Rogue. And like I said, I don't really care for Sting, punk ass bit. I'm surprised Sting was able to get a hit on JIEMMA in the first place. Listen, JIEMMA was very hype at the beginning of Fairy Tail, like he was, and I think I already said this before when he got like resurrected again. And in this episode, we see now the combination attack with Rogue and Sting. Like, I love the combination attack they do, like this kind of like giant, awesome, like Sengun of like light and shadow. That was actually really cool. I didn't mind that. It's just like separately, I just don't give a fuck for Sting. Rogue I kind of like, but Sting, nah. I'm surprised he was able to fucking one-hit him back in the day and just like fucking like cause like a big ass hole in his like fucking stomach and literally pretty much almost killing like his own master. And it's like, damn. But regardless though, it's like, oh man. So when we saw that too, it's like I don't really care for, because General was hyped for the beginning, but when you get two fucking hits from not only Natsu straight not the fuck back, and not to mention Sting as well, we have a problem. We have a massive problem. A massive problem. He was hype, but he's just shit tier now. Like, he literally is. Because at the beginning, this dude was like mad hype. Like, this dude looked like he was the strongest motherfucker in SABERTOOTH, which is what I really like. Because this dude was hyped. He was awesome. Like, he was that fucking asshole that you really wanted to hate. And he really was. Because he was such a douchebag to his own daughter, trying to like go through all this harsh training, like without giving a fuck even if she dies. Like, he doesn't really care. Like, he's the asshole you really want to hate. But just seeing like Sting back in the day, just fucking getting a hit on him, pretty much having a fucking hole in his chest, not to mention Natsu pretty much fucking knocking his face in. Again, this is your strongest fucking master? This is the dude who found out SABERTOOTH? Like, dead ass, really? And then we have him the third time around, which actually kind of put more effort, because it makes sense, because he was resurrected thanks to the curse ability that like Margir gave him to resurrect them, like his demons or whatever. They pretty much like resurrected him back. And Gemini, it's like seeing him for the third time, like, oh wait, seeing him in that form is actually pretty cool, because he finally did give Sting and Rogue for his money, which he did. I will admit, back then, if he would have given him a run for his money, like, if he would have really fucked him up back in the day, I wouldn't mind. Like, this dude would have been like massive threat level. But then when you just have him and it's like, oh, in his curse form and shit, like, there is no such thing as the strongest. There is no such thing. Like really, there is no such thing as that in a guild. Which, I kind of agree with, but then again, the Grand Magic games kind of irk that message pretty much head on. And then, we see Gemini, he's all like, oh, there's no such thing as that. And then, of course, Sting and Roll, they don't believe that. Like, their will of the guild is actually much stronger. Like, now they're bringing it back to the way it was. Like, I will admit it's pretty cool that they're bringing it back to the way it was and not, like, the way you wanted it. Like, how tough you really wanted this guild and stuff. But after all, it's fucking Gemini. I mean, he already got shit on like 2 times already. Just seeing him here was actually kind of cool. Like, I like his design. I like his curse ability thing is pretty cool. But at the same time, he wasn't that much of a big threat. I mean, Sting and Rogue, I mean, of course, with someone like fucking Sting and Rogue fighting off against that cursed form, they had to work together. Fighting them separately, yeah, they would have fucking lost in that form, obviously. But them combining forces, bam, they defeated JIEMMA. And you know what, to be honest with you, it's fucking JIEMMA. It's someone I don't really, wasn't expecting to see back in this arc. And, what's the whole point if he's gonna just be brought back and not be like the most biggest threat? And even in the manga, he was only there for like a chapter or two, and then he just like gets murked, like literally. And he is supposed to be the most ridiculously strong member of Sabertooth. And this is like the third. Well, this time that kind of makes sense because Sting and Rogues have been trained their skills back to zero, back to the basics. So it makes sense why he was more. But at the same time, it's like. It's the third time we're seeing him. He's gonna get defeated. Don't bring the dead back. Please don't bring him back. Just let him die. Just let him die. Just let him just be deceased. Because honestly, there was no point in bringing him back into this. Kind of like how I felt with Dressrosa with Bellamy. What was the whole point in bringing him back if he was just gonna get wasted on again? I mean, yeah, he got hockey. Don't get me wrong, and he got much stronger compared to those years. But still, it's like I don't really see the point of him bringing him back if he's just not going to show that much of a huge progress. And yeah, so it's kind of like the same way I feel about that. So overall, that's the other important part about this episode. Other than that, that's pretty much it. And then we get one more important thing, which is the memento. Wait, what was it? What the hell was it? The memento mori. Oh my god, that shit was glorious. Oh my god. Just standing there and just about to eradicate everything. It's like, you know what? I don't want nothing in this world to exist anymore. Because what's the whole point? Face is going to be activated anyway. You're going to see what is going to happen when it's actually activated. And then finally in the preview, we are seeing that Face has finally... Now we're going to obviously present time now in the next episode, which we are. So now we're seeing that. And then after seeing him just gloriously, just fucking like, yeah, like with the sun and shit, like, oh my god, that shit was just awesome, just like eradicating everything in his path. It's like, what's the whole point? Face is gonna be activated, I'm just gonna like fucking annihilate everything with this one final like attack or whatever, this like one final spell. And it's like, oh man. And then we have Ignologia, and Igneal's still fighting, which is still pretty good. And it's still pretty much the same, like, awesome clashes and stuff, like, nothing too spectacularly big. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the episode. Overall, like, I really loved the most was the Margear stuff. The Margear stuff and the Margear and the Gray and Natsu kind of fight, that was actually really good. That was the thing I was really hyped for most, and that delivered quite well. I wasn't a big fan of Sting and Rogue defeating JIEMMA again, and JIEMMA getting shitted on again, and it's like, whatever, I don't care for this dude whatsoever. And I was gonna nitpick a bit about the whole. I could nitpick about the little flashback fight with ERZA and Kakia again. The animation was actually pretty fine for this episode. It was actually really good. It's just, I guess the Margear, I mean, yeah, we did see a bit of the flashback, but it did take about maybe like close to a minute of that, and then like somewhere down the line, the end of the episode, we had it for like another another minute or some shit like that. So yeah, so just seeing that again and back to back, I mean, it could hurt the episode just like a bit more just to actually see that, because Margear, man, oh my god, like I fucking love just, it was glory, yeah, MEMENTO, and he's like glowing and shit, like in the sunlight. Oh my god, it was really, really good. So with that in mind, like the ending was a huge breaking point. If it wasn't for the ending itself, I just would have given it simply just a good episode, or just good 4 out of 5, good plus, because of this whole flashback thing. I don't really care for seeing too much again. But however, the ending did pretty much justify the episode, and it ended it on a complete well note. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, making it a great plus episode of Fairy Tail. Again, my only little downside is, despite a little bit, tiny bit of the flashback showing, I didn't really care too much for the JIEMMA stuff with Sting and Rogue, because we all know, as crusty as they are, I mean, yeah, it was nice. I did the combo attack, really cool, yay. I just didn't really care for JIEMMA as a whole because him being resurrected the bat, there was really no point in that. So yeah, overall, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below of this week's episode of Fairy Tail, and I'm pretty stoked for the next episode because we are finally getting to ends meet with the whole face, being present time where face is activated. So yeah, so I'm really excited to actually see that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode, and I will see you guys next time around for episode 263. I am the Ninja Reviewer, signing out. Peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I will see you guys next week for the next episode. Later. Peace.